Well, it's Easter. It's Easter Sunday night. We have celebrated here on the hill. We had over 800 people come through and worship with us this morning. It's been a great day. All week we have looked at these blocks. We have discovered different things, different symbols that help us remind us about Holy Week. Today we read the last. I'm not really sure where the other two videos ended up, but today we read and we finish the Easter story. Not because it's over, but because we can celebrate every Sunday. So join me as we finish. All week long, we've looked at the stories from the last week of Jesus' life. Back then, a lot of people thought Jesus had come to be king, but they were surprised by the things he said and he did. Most of all, like the two Marys, they were surprised that he died. Over and over, people asked, what kind of kingdom would this king bring? What happened on Easter finally answered that question, and the two Marys were the first to find out about it. It was Sunday, and before the sun came up, they walked to Jesus' tomb. When they got there, they noticed a great stone had been rolled away from the tomb, and sitting right on top of that stone was, well, a person. It looked like a person, but he was glowing, brighter than the sun itself. Mary and Mary gasped, "This is an angel." The angel knew they were scared. After all, if you saw someone shining brighter than the sun, you'd be scared too. So he said, "Don't be scared. I know you're looking for Jesus. But guess what? Even though he was dead yesterday, he is not dead today. He's alive and his tomb is empty." The Marys could hardly believe it, but sure enough, when they looked into the tomb, Jesus wasn't there. They hurried away from the tomb, still pretty scared and confused, but now filled with joy. And who did they run into along the way? Jesus himself. Jesus knew they were still scared, so he said, "Don't be afraid." Then he gave them a job. "Go tell the other disciples that I am alive." So they did. Later on, Jesus saw the other disciples too and gave them the same job, to tell even more people that he was alive. And that's how Easter holiday got started. It was a bunch of people telling other people over and over and over again that Jesus is alive. So what kind of kingdom would Jesus bring? Because he's alive, he brings a forever kingdom, one with no more sadness and no more death and no more sorrow for everyone who would follow him. A kingdom where God takes all the wrong and makes it right, takes all the dark and makes it light. Was Jesus a servant, a prophet, a priest, an outcast, a lamb, the son of God, or a king? He was all of these things. He became a servant king. He became a servant king, putting other people before himself. He was a priest king, bringing people to God when they couldn't find their way themselves. He was a prophet king, showing people the truth about God and about themselves. He was an outcast king, rejected by his friends so we could know when we're rejected that we aren't alone. He was a lamb king, broken and sacrificed so that we could be free. He was a resurrected king, defeated death itself so we don't have to be afraid anymore. Jesus was and is the one and only king. Servant or prophet, outcast or king, lamb or priest, he was all these things. Dead for a moment, but alive once again. Jesus, our God, lives forever. Amen. Thanks for helping and participating this week in this Easter block series. I hope you all had a great time with it, sharing it with your family. We're going to continue to do this, but hopefully you'll be able to partake, and I'll have some information about the Advent blocks coming around at Christmas time. Y'all have an awesome week, blessed week. Tell somebody tomorrow that Jesus is alive, and don't stop inviting them to church. Talk to you soon.